So let's get started applying what we learned. And for that, let's define the models we'll need. Let's define our data requirements. Now, if we have a look at our dummy block data, at this list of dictionaries which we have thus far, then it's probably fair to say that we'll need a couple of posts in our application, in our website. A post model, which allows us to store post data in the database. And the post model should probably have the fields which we also see here on our dummy dictionary data, because I want to keep that general logic which we had back then. Therefore, the center of our data requirements is the post model, where we want to have a title, an exert text, an image name, a date, a slug, and the content of the post that should be managed by the model and therefore ultimately by Django. But that's not all. To also apply what we learned and make this maintainable and scalable, I also want to add an author model. Because I think with that we can ensure that we could have multiple authors in our blog, which we can add to the different blog posts, and we don't have to type the author name all the time. Also because that's error prone, as highlighted in the last course section, because for example, if I type my name as Max sometime and Maximilian at other times, then I have two different authors in my posts if I just store the text there, even though it's always the same person, me. So that's why I want to have a separate author model that should store the first name, the last name, and let's maybe also say the email address. So that theoretically, once we render our blog posts in the template and we output that author data, we could make the author name clickable and open the email client of the user if we want to. Now, authors and posts should of course be related, and we have a one-to-many relationship here, because one post is written by one author, but one author of course typically has written more than one post. One author may have written many posts. That's why it's one-to-many. One author, many posts, one post, one author. Now I also want to introduce a brand new piece of data, which we don't have in our blog thus far. And that would be the tag data model. A tag should be a fairly simple model which just has a caption, some text like new or hot or featured. And those tags should be addable to posts. Here, I want to have a many-to-many relation because one post could have multiple tags, but one tag can also belong to multiple posts. There can be multiple posts highlighted as featured with a fitting tag, and of course, one post can also have the new and featured tag at the same time. That's why it is many-to-many. So these are the data requirements which I now want to implement throughout this section. And as mentioned in the last course lecture already, I strongly recommend that you take a break here, don't follow along with the lectures instantly, but instead try implementing this on your own. Add the models, set up the relations, and then also adjust the code in the views and the templates to output posts which you pull from the database, to output author data which you get from that related post, and to also output the tags in whichever way you want. Definitely try this on your own first. Starting with the next lecture, we're going to implement this together.